Here you go, 1 minute, SEO-optimized intro, high energy and engaging, starting exactly as you asked, backhand index pointing down. Welcome back to the channel, where rare coins, hidden history, and real value come together. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about American coins, the Liberty United States of America $half D mint, featuring the powerful words, "In God We Trust." This iconic $half isn't just spare change, it's a symbol of freedom, faith, and American legacy. Collectors across the world are searching for D-mint $half because certain years, conditions, and striking details can dramatically change a coin's value. From circulation finds to collector-grade examples, this coin continues to surprise people every single day. If you've ever wondered whether the $half in your hand could be special, rare, or even worth far more than its face value, you're in the right place. Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn could completely change how you look at American $half coins forever. If you want it more dramatic, more professional, or more viral style, just say the word fire. The 1972 United States of America $half with the powerful inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" is a coin that quietly carries history, mystery, and serious collector interest. Struck at the Denver Mint, this Kennedy $half belongs to an era when America was changing fast, yet its coinage still carried the bold pride of earlier decades. At first glance it may look like an ordinary $half, but to collectors and coin hunters, the 1972 $half represents a fascinating blend of design legacy, minting quality, and hidden value potential that many people overlook in everyday change. This coin features the iconic profile of President John F. Kennedy, a design that has remained one of the most recognizable in United States coinage. Liberty is symbolized through Kennedy's calm yet determined expression, reflecting hope, leadership, and national unity. Above the portrait, the words "Liberty" arc boldly across the coin, while "In God We Trust" appears just below, a motto deeply rooted in American culture. The date 1972 sits proudly beneath Kennedy's neckline, marking the coin as part of a post-silver era that still carries strong emotional and historical weight. On the reverse side, the presidential seal dominates the design, featuring the majestic bald eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. Surrounding the eagle are the words "United States of America" and $half, with "E pluribus unum" displayed above. The Denver Mint mark, a small but important D, identifies where the coin was struck. For collectors, that tiny letter can make a significant difference in desirability, condition rarity, and long-term value. The 1972 $half was produced in large numbers, which means it is not rare in circulated condition. However, rarity in the coin world is not only about mintage numbers. Condition, strike quality, and mint errors can transform an ordinary coin into something truly special. Many 1972 $half found in circulation show heavy wear, scratches, and dull surfaces. Finding one in high-grade uncirculated condition with sharp details, strong luster, and clean fields is far more challenging than most people realize. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1972 Kennedy $half is the potential for mint errors and variations. Collectors are always searching for double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and unusual die marks. These errors are not common, but when they appear, they can dramatically increase the coin's value. A clear double die affecting the lettering of "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" can instantly turn a simple $half into a highly sought-after collectible that commands strong prices in the market. Although the 1972 $half is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure rather than silver, it still holds a special place in collections. This period marks the transition from precious metal coinage to modern-clad coins, making it historically important. Many collectors focus on completing full Kennedy $half sets, and the Denver issues from the early 1970s are essential pieces of that journey. Demand from set builders keeps interest in this coin steady year after year. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. A circulated 1972 $half with heavy wear is usually worth face value or slightly above. However, coins graded in mint state condition, especially MS65 and above, can be worth significantly more. Brilliant luster, minimal contact marks, and a strong strike are key features collectors look for. Coins that appear untouched, as if they were just released from the mint, are the ones that truly stand out in auctions and private sales. Another important factor is eye appeal. Two coins with the same technical grade can have very different market values depending on how attractive they look. A 1972 $half with vibrant original luster, clean surfaces, and sharp details will always attract more attention than a dull or spotted example. Some coins even show beautiful toning over time, adding unique character that collectors find irresistible. The story behind the Kennedy $50 adds emotional value that cannot be measured in metal content alone. Introduced shortly after President Kennedy's assassination, the series became a symbol of remembrance and national unity. By 1972, the coin was no longer new, but its meaning remained powerful. Holding this $50 is like holding a piece of American memory, a reminder of leadership, change, and resilience. For modern collectors and investors, the 1972 $50 represents an affordable entry point into serious numismatics. While it may not reach million-dollar headlines, it offers realistic potential for appreciation, especially in top-grade examples or rarer varieties. Coins that are carefully stored, protected from moisture and handling, and professionally graded have the best chance of increasing in value over time. Searching through old coin rolls, inherited collections, or forgotten jars can sometimes reveal surprisingly well-preserved examples. Many people spent $50 in the past without a second thought, which means uncirculated coins occasionally surface in unexpected places. That sense of discovery is one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting, and the 1972 $50 is a perfect candidate for such finds. Understanding this coin also means understanding the broader market. Prices fluctuate based on collector demand, grading trends, and overall interest in Kennedy $50. While common examples remain affordable, premium specimens continue to climb slowly but steadily. This makes the 1972 $50 an interesting blend of history, collectability, and long-term potential rather than a quick profit coin. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner just starting to explore American coinage, the 1972 United States of America $50 deserves attention. It may not shout its value at first glance, but its design, history, and hidden possibilities speak volumes to those who take the time to look closely. Liberty and in God we trust are more than just words on this coin. They represent the enduring spirit that keeps collectors fascinated decade after decade. In today's market, knowledge is power. Knowing what to look for, how to evaluate condition, and when to seek professional grading can make all the difference. The 1973 United States of America $50 carries the familiar image of liberty through the portrait of John F. Kennedy, paired with the powerful motto, "In God We Trust," and this coin represents a fascinating chapter in modern American numismatic history. Struck at the Denver Mint, this $50 was produced during a time when the role of large denomination coins was quietly changing in everyday life. By the early 1970s, $50 were no longer widely used in daily transactions, which gives the 1973 issue a special identity as a coin that bridges circulation history and collector demand. Its strong patriotic symbolism, combined with its place in a transitional era of U.S. coinage, makes it an attractive piece for both new collectors and seasoned enthusiasts. The obverse design features the iconic left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy, a symbol of liberty and national unity that was first introduced in 1964 following his assassination. The words "Liberty" arc across the top, while "In God We Trust" is boldly displayed beneath the portrait, reinforcing the moral and cultural values associated with American coinage. The date 1973 sits clearly at the bottom, and for Denver-minted coins, the small D mint mark can be found just below the neck truncation. The sharpness of these details plays a major role in the coin's appeal, especially when evaluating condition and collector value. On the reverse side, the presidential coat of arms dominates the design, featuring a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings clutching an olive branch and arrows. This imagery reflects strength, peace, and readiness, a theme deeply rooted in U.S. history. Surrounding the eagle are the words "United States of America" and $50, while the Latin motto "E pluribus unum" appears above the eagle's head. For collectors, the reverse is just as important as the obverse, since weak strikes or excessive wear on the eagle's feathers can significantly affect the coin's overall grade and desirability. One of the most important aspects to understand about the 1973 $50 is its composition. Unlike earlier Kennedy $50 minted from 1964 to 1970, which contained silver, the 1973 issue is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition. It consists of an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core. While this means the coin does not carry intrinsic silver value, it does not reduce its importance or collectability. Instead, its value is driven by condition, strike quality, and collector demand rather than precious metal content. The mintage of the 1973 $50 was relatively high, with tens of millions of coins produced at the Denver Mint. However, despite this large production number, many coins never saw heavy circulation because half dollars were already becoming unpopular in everyday commerce. As a result, a significant number of these coins were saved by the public in rolls and bags, which explains why uncirculated examples are still commonly available today. That said, finding coins with exceptional luster, clean surfaces, and strong strikes can still be a challenge, especially for collectors aiming for high-grade specimens. Condition plays a critical role in determining the value of a 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar. Coins that show heavy wear, scratches, or dull surfaces typically trade close to face value. In contrast, uncirculated examples with bright mint luster and minimal contact marks can command a premium. Coins graded at higher mint state levels are particularly sought after, as even small differences in surface quality can result in significant value changes. Collectors often pay close attention to the fields around Kennedy's portrait and the eagle's breast on the reverse, as these areas are prone to contact marks. Another factor that adds interest to the 1973 D half-dollar is the potential for mint errors and varieties. While major errors are not common, collectors actively search for off-center strikes, double die characteristics, or unusual planchet issues. These errors can dramatically increase a coin's value, sometimes far beyond that of a standard example. Examining coins carefully under magnification can reveal subtle anomalies that turn an ordinary half-dollar into a standout collectible. From a historical perspective, the 1973 D half-dollar reflects a period when American coinage was adapting to economic realities and changing public habits. Inflation, rising metal costs, and shifts in consumer behavior all influenced how coins were produced and used. The half-dollar, once a staple of commerce, gradually became more of a collector's item than a circulating coin. This context adds depth to the 1973 D issue, making it more than just another date in the Kennedy series. For collectors building a complete Kennedy half-dollar set, the 1973 D is an essential piece. It represents the continuation of the series in the post-silver era and highlights the enduring popularity of the Kennedy design. Many collectors enjoy comparing coins from different mints and years, studying subtle differences in strike quality and finish. The Denver Mint's production often shows distinct characteristics that experienced collectors can recognize, adding another layer of enjoyment to the hobby. Proper storage and preservation are crucial for maintaining the condition and value of a 1973 D half-dollar. Coins should be stored in protective holders that prevent exposure to air, moisture, and physical contact. Avoid cleaning the coin, as improper cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce its value. Original surfaces and natural luster are highly prized, and even light cleaning can permanently alter a coin's appearance in the eyes of collectors. In today's market, the 1973 D United States of America half-dollar continues to attract attention from collectors who appreciate its design, history, and accessibility. While it may not be a rare coin in terms of mintage, its value lies in quality, story, and connection to a pivotal era in American coinage. Whether discovered in a collection, inherited from a family member, or purchased intentionally, this coin serves as a reminder of liberty, national heritage, and the enduring legacy of Kennedy half-dollar series. The 1974 D United States of America half-dollar carrying the powerful words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, is one of those coins that quietly sits in collections while hiding a deeper story that many people completely overlook. Minted in Denver during a period of economic uncertainty in America, this coin reflects a nation adjusting to inflation, changing metal values, and a new era of coinage. When you hold a 1974 D half-dollar in your hand, you are not just holding 50 cents, you are holding a snapshot of American history frozen in metal. This half-dollar features the iconic portrait of John F. Kennedy, a design that was introduced after his assassination and quickly became one of the most emotionally powerful images ever placed on U.S. coinage. The profile of Kennedy facing left represents youth, hope, and leadership, while the bold inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust, surround the design with strong national values. On 1974 D examples, the details of Kennedy's hair, jawline, and ear can vary widely depending on strike quality, which plays a major role in the coin's desirability today. The Denver Mint produced millions of half-dollars in 1974, but quantity does not always mean low value. What truly matters is condition, surface quality, and strike sharpness. Many of these coins entered circulation and were heavily used, picking up scratches, dull luster, and contact marks over time. However, coins that escaped circulation and were preserved in mint state condition can be surprisingly scarce, especially those with strong luster and minimal marks on Kennedy's cheek and neck. One of the biggest misconceptions about the 1974D half dollar is related to its metal composition. Unlike earlier Kennedy half dollars from 1964 that were struck in 90% silver, the 1974D version is composed of a copper-nickel clad structure. While it does not contain silver, this does not automatically make it worthless. Collectors often seek high-grade clad coins because finding them in pristine condition decades later is far more difficult than most people realize. Era coins are where the real excitement begins for many collectors. Some 1974D half dollars have been discovered with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double die characteristics, or weak strikes that create unusual visual effects. These mint errors can dramatically increase a coin's value, sometimes turning an ordinary-looking half dollar into a highly sought-after collectible. Even small anomalies, such as die cracks or unusual mint marks, can catch the attention of serious numismatists. Another factor that adds value to the 1974D half dollar is professional grading. Coins graded by respected services and awarded high mint state grades can command strong prices in the market. A sharp, well-struck example with booming luster and clean surfaces stands out instantly when compared to average circulated coins. Collectors are often willing to pay a premium for top-quality examples because assembling high-grade sets is increasingly difficult as time passes. The historical context of 1974 also plays an important role in the coin's appeal. This was a time when Americans were dealing with rising prices, energy shortages, and major political changes. The Kennedy half dollar, still relatively new at the time, symbolized continuity and remembrance. Many people saved these coins not for profit, but for emotional reasons, which is why original rolls and untouched examples occasionally surface today. When searching for a valuable 1974D half dollar, close inspection is essential. Look for strong details in Kennedy's hair, clear lettering, and a bold mint mark. Examine the coin under good lighting for signs of original luster that moves smoothly across the surface. Avoid coins that have been harshly cleaned, as cleaning can significantly reduce collector value even if the coin appears shiny at first glance. The market for Kennedy half dollars continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby and rediscover classic U.S. coin designs. While the 1974D half dollar may not make headlines like rare gold coins, it holds steady interest due to its historical significance, potential for errors, and challenge of finding high-grade examples. Many collectors enjoy the hunt for the best possible specimen from this year and mint. For anyone building a Kennedy half dollar collection or exploring coins as a long-term hobby, the 1974D issue deserves attention. It represents an era, a precedent, and a transition in American. The 1989p United States of America half dollar is a fascinating coin that quietly carries history, symbolism, and collector interest within its shining surface. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin bears the powerful words, "In God We Trust," alongside the iconic profile that has defined the half dollar for decades. Although many people overlook modern half dollars in daily life, this particular issue holds a special place for collectors who understand how condition, minting quality, and subtle details can turn an ordinary-looking coin into a prized collectible. When you look closely at the 1989p half dollar, the first thing that stands out is the strong, confident portrait on the obverse. The design reflects American ideals of freedom, dignity, and continuity, with liberty symbolized through the timeless artwork that has remained largely unchanged. The lettering is crisp, the facial details are sharp on well-preserved examples, and the overall balance of the design makes it one of the more visually appealing modern half dollars. The P mint mark confirms its origin at the Philadelphia Mint, a facility known for producing coins with excellent strikes during this period. The phrase "In God We Trust" on this coin is more than just a motto. It represents a deep cultural and historical belief embedded into American coinage. On the 1989p half dollar, the motto is clearly visible and well-positioned, adding both visual and symbolic weight to the design. Collectors often examine this area carefully, as weak strikes or wear can soften the lettering. Coins that still show bold, untouched lettering are often more desirable, especially when grading enters the conversation. From a composition standpoint, the 1989p half dollar is made of a copper-nickel clad structure, which became standard for half dollars after silver was removed from regular circulation issues. While it does not contain precious metal like earlier silver half dollars, its value comes from condition, scarcity in top grades, and collector demand rather than melt value. This makes it an excellent example of how modern coins can still be valuable and exciting without relying on silver or gold content. One of the most important factors affecting the value of the 1989p half dollar is condition. Coins that have spent years in circulation often show signs of wear, including dull surfaces, flattened details, and small nicks along the rim. However, examples that were saved early, especially those kept in rolls or mint sets, can display brilliant luster and sharp details. Uncirculated coins with full original shine are significantly more attractive to collectors and can command much higher prices than worn pieces. Mint state examples of the 1989p half dollar are where collector interest really begins to rise. Coins graded in higher mint state levels, particularly those with clean surfaces and strong strikes, are much harder to find than many people realize. While millions were minted, very few survive in near-perfect condition. This is why professional grading plays a crucial role, as a small difference in grade can mean a noticeable difference in value and desirability. Another aspect that excites collectors is the possibility of errors or varieties. While major errors on the 1989p half dollar are not extremely common, minor minting anomalies such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or unusual planchet issues can exist. These error coins often attract strong interest because they are unique pieces of mint history, created by chance during the production process. Finding one can instantly transform a regular half dollar into a standout collectible. The reverse of the 1989p half dollar also deserves attention. The eagle design is bold and symbolic, representing strength and unity. On well-preserved coins, the feathers show excellent detail, and the shield lines remain sharp. Collectors often inspect the reverse just as carefully as the obverse, since wear or weak striking on either side can impact overall grade and value. A balanced coin with strong detail on both sides is always more appealing. In terms of market value, the 1989p half dollar in circulated condition is generally modest, making it accessible for beginners. However, as condition improves, the value rises steadily. High-grade uncirculated examples, especially those certified by reputable grading services, can bring surprising premiums. This steady